Hey everybody, Mark Johnson here, founder and creative director of Able Abe Studios, back again with another vlog. We are at number 30, and right off the top, I hope everyone is off to a great week. I'm excited for the coming week, my past week, like I usually review on these videos, just to kind of keep myself, honest, keep myself focused, keep myself working towards the goals that I have for myself. I'm doing these videos just kind of so I can reflect back and see the process. But my past week was pretty eventful. I wouldn't say a lot of things happened, but I would say there was a few milestones that made me think about my progress and be more inspired to continue on. I think one of those things, or the major thing, was the fact that I had someone read some of my writing. I've been always on the trail or the track of wanting people to read my stuff, and I know there's been a few people that I've asked to read my stuff, but for whatever reason doesn't necessarily pan out. And so this time around, it worked. I think maybe one of the things that would help me be more emboldened by it, or was the fact that I've been using Grammarly, and I would run the writing through the Grammarly app to edit it, and so I felt confident that all the stuff that I maybe could have gotten wrong, in the writing process, would have been at least corrected, at least cleaned up a little bit. Let's just say that. And so what I did is I created just a feedback, a simple checklist on the feedback that I was looking for or hoping for. So I had a few questions for the person as she wrote it or read it, and so after she read it, I would have her answer the questions, and we did have a little bit of a talk to kind of further dive into what some of the things that I can improve on the story. And at first, I was a little concerned, and I think by the time that she's like halfway through, and it doesn't seem like she's not interested or bored, I felt pretty good about it. And then by the end, some of the things that she had brought up were things that I didn't even think of to improve the story. Some of the things that were brought up in the conversation helped clear some things up for me as a writer, what I can do to make it more suspenseful or make it more clear the things that I'm trying to talk about. And so being able to do that, which has been something that like I said, I've been concerned, I wouldn't say fear, but for whatever reason I would say, oh, would you be open to read this? And whether it was their reaction to me asking them, or their reaction when actually got to the point where I'm like, here, can you read this? And that it always kept me from actually getting it done. And so this time around, actually did it, and she seemed eager to read more, so that was helpful. Actually, as I'm doing this video, she's actually reading one right now. It's a screenplay that I have written, not that long ago, but something that I, re-edited and was going to put it in, or enter into a contest, a screenwriting contest. I maybe think last year, but never got around to completely feeling confident about it. So that's more on that than the writing thing. Some of the other things that I've talked about in these videos was the client that I had for the graphic design, or the logo project, which was kind of fresh, recently. Yeah, kind of came on to me recently, and I think we're going to fall out with that. I don't think I'm going to follow through with that. I don't think it's necessarily my issue. I think it's more their issue, because they haven't followed back up with me. I have sent emails and I have sent texts to kind of see if they're still interested in working together. But no, I don't see that happening now at this point. So, c'est la vie. Outside of that, the other projects that I'm currently working on, I try to put as much work on them throughout the week. So I kind of divide my week up like as if it's like a school week. So maybe some days I work on one project and then I don't work on it until the end of the week. And so I can kind of divide it up and be able to do a lot of different things throughout the week. I know for some projects I'm just going to need to be on it every single day. And I think as I'm actually leading up to the Taste of Chico, which is next month, I probably will have to do that to kind of get some of this new artwork completed, so I can have new stuff to show at my booth at the Taste of Chico, which is, that's on September 22nd, and I believe it's like from 12 to 4 at the Park Plaza here in Chico, California. So with that in mind, I know that at a certain point I'm gonna have to switch gears from the writing, because I think lately I've been really in the writing mood, whether it's writing, rewriting something, reading and rewriting something, or it's writing new content, just like a short little story, just to kind of get a burst of, an idea out and see if I can continue with that later on, or if it's just writing in a journal, simple writing, like that, just to kind of get my thoughts down, clear my head a little bit. So, I'm staying pretty busy as much as possible, if, you've also been seeing, if you follow me on Instagram, you can see that I'm been back posting pretty regularly, at least once a week on that channel, or not that channel, on that platform, and it feels good. I actually have direct messaged a few artists that I find their work very enchanting. I enjoy their work. I asked them just through a direct message if they'd be interested in doing a commission. I would like to have some artwork that I create a project with their artwork. And as we talked about it, back and forth, it seems like it'd be pretty pricey, because I'm asking for a lot of little, like, business card size drawings that I would use in a video, or in a YouTube video. And so with that, we talked back and forth, and he didn't give me a direct quote of what it would cost, but as we kind of thought about it and the numbers, I kind of realized that would be pretty pricey and not necessarily in my budget. So I'll have to think of something else to kind of do with that, but it'd be great to collab with someone through Instagram on a project with their artwork. I'm seeing a lot of great art out there, and I enjoy my style and stuff like that, but there's a lot of great artists out there. So that's been my week, or this past week. As I'm starting this week again, I'm excited about it. I'm getting more things accomplished, or at least pushed to the next level, which is always good. And I don't know, I'm just kind of ready to kind of see these things, completed one by one. That's just kind of how it's going to happen. So I'm excited for that. And so, hope everyone's off to a great week, like I mentioned earlier. And that's been this video for now. It's a vlog for now. And like we always do, have a blessed day. See you on the flip side. Let's go.